Hey guys, it's Forsaken Reality here. In this one, we're going to be integrating our teleporting component available on the marketplace into ALSv4. The version of ALS that we're using will be a replicated version. The download for that will be linked in the description. And we'll also be using an animation from Mixamo, which I will also link a download to that already set up with the ALS skeleton in the description. So basically when we have this set up, we'll be able to do everything like this, and there's the animation, and quick teleport will work, and we'll also be able to target enemies. You can remove all this simply by just basically removing the inputs and whatever you need from the blueprint. So everything is working fine here. And we'll also have the spleen teleports, but I'll show you that in the end in the final showcase when I load up the actual map for it. You'll want to head to the description as well and download the teleporting animation that we'll be using. If you want to use that flip animation, that is. If you have your own, that's cool, but I'll show you how to set up animations in advanced locomotions. You'll be able to use any animations other than these. So without further ado, we will get into setting up the integration for this. So I'm just going to move this project out of the way here. And I have a teleporting component in 4.26. You'll need a project 4.26 or greater for now. We may set it up in an earlier version of Unreal Engine, but that depends on demand. And you'll need a ALSv4 project in 4.26 or greater. So the first thing you're going to want to do is simply migrate your files to your ALS project. So teleport and system, okay. And then you want to navigate to your project's content folder. Select that. Content migrated successfully. Project settings, collision, new trace channel, teleport. Make sure that's set to block, because we're going to need a teleport channel in case we want to make objects that can't be teleported to, for example. And now we're going to want to open up our character logic. And I'm going to open up my master character. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get our climbing teleporting component and add that right here like this. I'm just going to close tabs to the right so it's not such a mess. Get my player input graph and my master character here, and select all these inputs. And also you can hold control and select these if you want, or you can select it separately and copy it over. And I'm just going to paste all this in. For the jump teleport, I'm going to set this right here like this. And I'm in the wrong. And what I just realized, I'm in the crouch, not the jump. I want to go one up from here. Plug this in right here. And then from this and air check, you want to come up here and just plug this into the same branch right here. Or I guess we can mantle check, and then we want to plug this in right here. And we may make an adjustment there. I guess I'm going to plug this in like that. That makes a little more sense. So if you have movement input, then it'll mantle check rather than just always mantle checking. Seems to make more sense to me. If you want to have the always mantle check no matter what, you can always plug this in and go into right here, or plug this in right here and skip that branch. I'm just gonna keep that like that. Delete this because we don't need it. Jump tech, jump teleport is set up. One more thing, the alt is set up for crouching. You can set this up to your own inputs, but I'm just going to set this up to 2 so that I can activate and deactivate click teleport. And if you don't want click teleport in your game, you can just boom, delete that, and click teleporting just won't do anything anymore. And that's the same for any of these other ones. You can delete these if you don't need them. Right now things should work minus the animation, which we need to set up. So if we jump, teleport, should be able to hit 2 and click teleport. No. So that's due to the animation right there specifically. After I did my first one, the animation caused an issue. So we will need some animations set up. So we want to go into our teleporting blueprint, teleporting component, open up our component. You can edit this also on our character as well. We'll want to edit it in these teleport settings right here, but we'll want to edit it for every character because since these animations are going to be adjusted, we'll go to the teleport settings, animations, teleport start. And now I'm just going to bring my 2 animations into the project. Importing them from another project, but you'll be able to just import them where they are and just select the skeleton. And once we have our animations in, if the pose that is not there, you'll want to go to animation data modifier. If that's not available, you can get it in here in the window. You want to add modifier, copy curves, get the land roll, so you can search roll, display, tick this box on, right click, apply modifier, and do that for both your animations. So that will give it this pose right here. And then we'll select them both and create a montage. And we'll set those to base layer. You'll notice it goes T-pose right there, but if you reload the animations, they're working fine. And then we can go into our teleport component, and since we want to just set them for our component in general, so that we don't have an issue with animations later. You want to flip full in case you don't want to teleport. Start. There we go. We have our animations set in there. And notice if you go into your master character now, your animations are set there. You can set those per character. You can set all these variables per character. Visual effects. Which reminds me, you want to adjust the color of this. In the future, we'll have this set up in the component so you can adjust it from inside the component. For now, we're just going to adjust this to the color of our character, whatever color you want the energy aurora to change to when you jump teleport or do any teleport. So you notice your character goes blue, but you'll notice they're looping through the animation farther than you want to. So to fix that, we want to turn on the custom teleport delay, because maybe you'll have animations that are just an instant quick entrance into the teleport. And the custom delay will allow you to basically set your own delay rather than the length of the sequence animation. So it basically, when it's toggled off, it will get the length of the animation, and when it's toggled true, you can set it yourself. And by default, we have it set to 0.5. And then that looks a lot smoother there when we teleport in. One thing that I'm also going to show you in this video, in case you have a copy of the component before we do our first update here, we're going to want to go to our jump teleport and just grab this jump, copy that, and right here before we play our animations, I believe, in the click teleport. This will just make things look a lot smoother in ALS when we're playing with those animations. And this will also be in our component later on, so you won't need to do this. If you look in here and you notice these variables already here, just ignore it. Basically after the stamina drain is when we're putting this. You can zoom out, or you can just hold control and it'll allow you to select it multiple times. It's pretty useful. And we'll just plug this in right here like that. Right after the stamina and the teleport, so just in here like that. And in the click teleport, it comes through, spawns the first spleen, removes stamina, starts the glow, and then jump teleport. Or jump. Basically, that will allow the animation to look a lot smoother when you jump teleport and stuff like that. You see that he's actually having a little bit of an upward motion when you jump there now. We want to get the overhead widget, so we can copy this. Go to our ALS base character, paste this simply like that. And go to our event graph, our master character, copy this, go to our ALS base character, event graph, click into this begin play, add another pin, paste down here. And now we should have overhead targets working. When we press E, we'll be able to target our AI, and we'll teleport to him. And everything seems to be functioning fine there. Just to bring out some more AI to do the test with. And it'll depend on your controller input, so you can target people on the left and right of you, but also the way you're looking. Setting up this targeting is the same across any character, so if you have your own custom characters, you can just do the same process across this. The reason this works for the AI here is because the AI are actually children of this. If I can actually click one of them, they're actually children of this ALS base character, just as the ALS Animan character which you use is a child of it. So everything that's in here inherits over here, so you can actually access this teleporting with the AI themselves fairly easily, with some minor adjustments to the behavior tree that's set up with ALS default. And now we're just going to set up our stamina so that we can have our stamina display UI down here. Oops. So we want to find our UI, ALS HUD. This is just how you can add it to any of your own HUDs. Just look up your stamina bar, drop that in. Size to content, anchor it to wherever you want it to be so it doesn't oddly move around. And there's our widget. Everything working on it. Now if we head over to our teleport showcase map, we'll want to test with our ALS character. I'm just going to test the Spline teleports here. And there we go. Everything's working as it should. And we can also target these AI since they already have the system built into them. And I think I like this style of targeting. I feel it's a good one. Kind of like Assassin's Creed is the way I feel it is, where everything goes towards your input direction, but it'll also attack in the way you're looking kind of deal. So that's going to be everything for this one. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. And I will see you in the next one.